Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Ooh,
All right,
this
this has been super requested. Obviously, this environment is completely different to what we usually get requested about the Indian music industry. But you guys said that we might actually like this very much because it's very similar. Because it's very similar to this Spanish acoustic set. So in the music industry. So let's have a look. This is BPraak, and this is our first time checking any of his stuff out.
Thank you so much, guys, for also helping me pronounce names in the comments. You sort of guys guide me the way. So this would be pronounced PRAAK.
That's right.
Just like an elongated A. Yeah.
Is
Thank you so much.
Sound?
I don't know how to pronounce
Pachtaoge.
Okay, that one's quite hard.
Yeah. Apparently he has a very strong timbre of voice. Strong timbre. It was the right
it's so
way
weird.
to say
It
that.
sounds like he's already equalized. How do they maintain that? How does he
I don't know that. If it sounds like that raw,
what the hell was the studio stuff like?
In studio, that man is a beast.
Yeah, because we have been getting requested lately ever since we saw that, like, the charts of India of last year. Like,
it's very good.
We've been getting BPraak requests, but this is by far the most requested thing given lately, like in the last couple of the days, given the, I guess, Spanish-ish setup and even the guitar. It's the Spanish guitar, but it does have that feel.
Actually, the whole delivery and like even the way this has been set up is very similar to, I don't know, how you would watch some
India
flamenco
Martinez.
sing bisang, or even Abel Pintos from Argentina.
Yeah.
A bit of like Argentines, or they still have like this flair to it, right? It's very.
He is
amazeballs.
What a power vocalist.
He's amazeballs.
It's a master.
That man needs to sing flamenco.
Yeah.
Like he needs to.
That man needs to sing
Like
flamenco.
that he needs to sing flamenco. And
this is
give me
unbelievable.
some palmas. That is incredible. His vocal texture. This is what I mean when somebody has a natural distinct timbre to themselves, because that's what makes a stamp. That's what makes the world turn their heads. And you could be the most precise, the most technically sound singer with the best technique learned from the best in the best academies. But if you don't have a personality, like to your voice, to a niche to yourself, you will get lost in the masses. And this is not the case with him. He is the sound,
He's very interesting, that guy. Very interesting, because he possesses obviously such impact and such presence, but he's been able to translate that both to his performance and also then vocally without lacking it at either. Like, you get very rarely do you get people like this that were able to translate personality and then vocal technique, and none of them waver.
Aligning,
Freddie Mercury was one of the best historically to be able to do that, in terms of his presence was also translated incredibly well through his voice. and his personality was somehow exemplified through his presence and his voice.
Yeah.
So it seems the same with BPraak,
BPraak.
which is really intriguing because this isn't the environment where you'd find such umph
No.
or such girth.
And such comfort at the
yeah,
same time.
keep playing it.
This man
fucking
is
unbelievable.
at ease.
He's a master of what he does, for
is.
sure.
ख्वाब जो देखे हम दोनों ने मिलके धीरे धीरे आने लगे हो धन्ना तू हो बर्बाद छड़ दे मैं आंदा लेना स्वाद छड़ दे जैसा प्यार नहीं ना तरसाओगे बड़ा पछताओगे बड़ा पछताओगे
Yeah, he's so big and
And he's so manly too.
बूहे किसे होली तू खोल ना दई सुनिया सुनिया गलियां दे विच रोल ना दई बूहे किसे होली तू खोल ना दई
Yes, my man.
I really, you know,
I love that.
so it's interesting because, you know, I try to read every comment and I try to, you know, speak to everyone that I possibly can. And sometimes when we discover new artists, this is why sometimes in the first times, it's even more impactful to check them out live like this,
Yes.
or a cappella in an environment where perhaps they can be the most them rather than a studio. And I do highly encourage everyone to give that a shot as well, because
You
that,
get
like
to
this type
know
of
the
commentary you
artist.
get on this, and this type of, I guess, the feedback that we got to be able to break down on this video, it would have been impossible to do in a studio song. Now, luckily, obviously, we do so many videos, we can then check out him in the studio tomorrow, the day after. So
Yeah.
do let us know what you'd like us to check out, but don't, because it's actually nothing to do with copyright or anything like that, because I do speak to you guys, and I do know that also you send us requests that you think obviously won't get blocked or things like that, but literally nothing to do with it. Like, you can check out the channel, it doesn't fucking matter, really. It just has to be good, I guess. But sometimes
provoking enough.
sometimes a video, yeah, that's true, sometimes a live video or a cappella video like this has so much more value than the studio version. Now, is it worth
Yes.
checking out the studio version as well? Yes,
100%.
definitely, especially at this point where we can do both. But don't disregard the value of like these little clips. If you see them on Instagram or stuff like that, feel free to send them through, or
Yes.
check them out yourself and try and analyze them and break them down yourselves, because you can find little gems and understand the artist way faster than listening to them through a studio where they have been filtered through and where they so many things are at play.
Yes, I actually think overall this acoustic raw environments where it's like through the microphone of a phone or a camera and stuff like that, it really puts into perspective the type of raw talent, the quality of the singer itself, also the quality of the musicians, because there's nothing more difficult to capture than this really rough environments, and it also lets you know how open these artists are to expose themselves because they're comfortable in this environment. So when you see your favorite artists, live streaming or singing along in karaoke's or doing this type of videos that was like for fun recorded on a phone, you're getting to understand that they're also very comfortable at any type of performing
Specific
circumstance.
level, man.
It's very
Specific
high.
level.
It's very high. So I was very excited when you guys suggested this. I was like, oh, how exciting! Because a lot of this personality that you heard through in this raw video is obviously amplified in studio.
Yeah.
So that clip that we saw, several clips that we saw in that top 100 video,
Yep.
I thought, oh wow, personality, a lot of girth, nice, but a lot of that can be produced in studio. So I wasn't particularly impressed. Obviously, this Whew, knocked it out of the park.
Let us know what you thought about him,
Yes.
and if this is your first time, what did you think? And also, what else should we check out? Next? And goodbye, guys.